This is KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications. This is KHQA. It's your news now.
And this is Saturday, February the 28th, and you have entered Overtime, your 30-minute descent into March Madness in all its glory. And tonight, our focus falls fully on you, Northeast Missouri, because the schedule-making gods are fair and they are just. Southeast Iowa had Thursday to shine. Last night, we took in all that was the majesty of Western Illinois High School Regional Championship fun. And today, amid all those snowflakes, we doled out district title plaques in the Show Me State. And of all the matchups on our docket, perhaps the most intriguing took place in Palmyra, where Bowling Green's by-committee approach has found great traction as the year has gone on, and Highland has cultivated plenty of danger to array around Cornerstone Austin Richmiller. And to the winner today, a likely date with Father Tolton. Let's play the feud, and it was a fun one today. Interesting game. Kerry Bibb's team off to a really good start in this one. So too was Highland, though. Great bucket right there, right off the bat by Sammy Porter, who picks up right where he left off. You know what, though? Highland had no answer on the inside blocks for that guy. Adam Holt, just 5'10", as Austin Richmiller would remind his teammates, cleaning up on the offensive glass, and then Bowling Green goes to work from distance. Tyus Chapman, the outstanding sophomore, and this guy, Andrew Martinson, with back-to-back threes. What a big day for both of those gentlemen. More on them in a second. Then more from Adam Holt, absolutely eating Highland zone alive in the early going. And then Corey Buchanan, the deadeye, the marksman, gets on track, knocks down a three, and he had things rolling. Now, Keaton Johnston would temporarily slow down Bowling Green's roll with a pretty take right here, but Martinson would make it an 18-13 lead at the end of one as no one steps up to guard him. Great play, astute play by that young man who had 7 points, but his impact went well beyond that. Austin Richmiller scoreless in the first quarter thanks to that kind of defense. But that only ticked off Mr. Richmiller. The block from Holt set him off, and he went to work in this one as Richie smash at that point. Other end, though, daggers by Tyus Chapman. And an easy transition bucket by Mr. Chapman kind of did away with all the good that Mr. Richmiller was trying to do in the second quarter, and the lead actually grew. It was actually 20 until Richmiller makes one of the plays of the day right here. Beautiful steal, and this is to beat the buzzer with 0.8 seconds left. Bucket, Band-Aid, and a three-point play, so Highland was only down 17 at the half rather than being down 20. But you know what? There was no relent in the Bowling Green Bobcats. They showed no mercy in this one. Josh Early, oh, the high post jumper was true and pretty. Richmiller, though, tries to shoulder the massive comeback in this game. Great take for him right there. Corey Buchanan, though, answered just about everything. 28 points in the day, the larceny, the layup here, the pretty finger roll at the other end, and then Buchanan breaking down defenders, doing what he does. Just don't give him any oxygen because he'll ignite, and he did so today. Highland still down 25, as many as 25 tries to reignite. Matthew Scoggin with the answer at the other end. Then it's Richmiller just beasting up on the day. He must have shot close to 75-80% in the second half of this ball game when they got him the ball. But this time they could not. Again, Buchanan with the take, the steal, good stuff from him. Oh, and then how about this guy, the outstanding sophomore Tyus Chapman, doing work, not only of his own accord, but creating for teammates as well. This time to Ryan Talkington, wide open, the lead, huge again, but Richmiller still burning and still busting up in this one. He had 45 points in the day, second highest total of his career. But BG ain't messing around in this one. Buchanan again, dead-eye jumper, and with 2 minutes left, Austin Richmiller fouls out, effectively ending his career. Classy move right here by all the Bowling Green starters. They all come over and hug him except Adam Holt because he was stuck at the line. Holt stood at the line and applauded him, a one-man standing ovation. The crowd erupted as well. Classy, classy stuff by the Bowling Green Bobcats and by a classy player, Austin Richmiller. And then Bowling Green just dropped the hammer. The Bobcats really good on the day. They looked every bit of the regional, actually check that, district champion they were today. They went in a blowout, 85-70. And after the game, the class continued as they talked not only about their own big win, but about sending Austin Richmiller off with a classy finish.
Absolutely. They're classy from beginning to end, and so is that young man. So I told him after the game, he's a warrior. He represents basketball and the Highland School and community very well, and we were proud to be able to compete against him and come out on top against the Highland Cougars.
I mean, Austin Richmiller, heck of a game, 41 points. That's a lot, but we shut down their other two good scorers, and we got the W. We know how good he is, most points in Highland, and definitely a great player in this area. So props to Austin Richmiller, great player.
It's a total team effort. I'm so proud of how they played, how coachable these young men have been, and the effort they've given all year. The only problem we had was our press offense wasn't very good, but being able to hit free throws kind of took care of that.
Is that your best basketball game of the year as a team?
Yeah, for now. Wednesday we're gonna come out stronger though. Yeah, we'll hopefully go for state. South Carolina, Father Tolton. Either one. I mean, they better bring their A game because we're coming.
And they will get Father Tolton and nationally regarded recruit Michael Porter Jr., maybe the best sophomore in the country, who had 35 points today in dispatching with a good South Callaway team. That game takes place in Mexico on Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. Not sure I want to miss that. If somehow Bowling Green plays the way they played today, they are going to be equal to the task against anyone. Again, should be a dandy showdown. Now, we unfortunately didn't get the Canton highlights we were hoping for today. Class 2, let's take you to the highlights against Sturgeon. Trading out video with folks, and it came back to bite us a little bit, so we do apologize. Although the Sturgeon fans putting on a nice show today. And they also had some nice scoring right here. How about this guy, Chance Wells, knocking down a jumper, although Canton up huge at this point. And then it's Lorenzo Chisholm working from the left side. Can't convert on his first attempt at the rim, but he gets his own miss, puts it up. We're tied, actually, at this point, and then Canton just dropped the hammer, as you would expect. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of Canton highlights. Can tell you Gabe McKenzie had 24 today. Can tell you that Cameron Durst had a near triple-double today. And this guy, Logan Brown, none too shabby either, as he turns on the Jets, bucket, Band-Aid, and a three-point play. I promise Canton will make it up to you on Wednesday. Nice win for the Tigers today as they blow out Sturgeon down the stretch. 78-60 would be their final. Meanwhile, up next for them, the winner of Scotland County, Knox County. Oh, we just did this last week for a conference championship. Today, the stakes even higher. It was like a loser leave town wrestling match because somebody's season was going to end. Hot start early for the Eagles. Oh, Seti Boone, now mohawked and motivated. Nifty move for him. Zach Summers likes what he sees early. Scotland County trying to ride Caleb Dubit early in this one. To good effect, the contact and the connection in this one for Mr. Dubit. He had a big day. More on him in a second. Eagles, though, seized early command. Joe Engelbrecht, top of the key. Three-point range, that's his. And then Ryan Strange doing Ryan Strange type things. One on the entire county of Scotland. He took it against 5 defenders and a crowd, and he was phenomenal on the day. Seti Boone, again, extends the lead out to 13-7, but Scotland County has a comeback in him, maybe a couple, as we foreshadow the rest of the highlights. How about this guy again? Dubit, three-point range, had 16 points in the day and was just the dead eye on the day in good support of his teammate Bailey Johnson, who's going to get most of the headlines after this one. Johnston with a great take right here, and all of a sudden, we're back tied. However, we had more to come. Hayden Miller, up and under move was pretty stuff right there. Bailey Johnston answers again this time to give Scotland County a 16-15 lead. Power-packed first quarter in this game, and then Johnston running the floor to good effect. Mr. Dubit feeds him. Nice assist, nice finish, three-point play there as well. But Ryan Strange going to beat the buzzer right here. Wow, it's a three-point game at the end of 8 minutes. A lot of scoring in this ball game. Second half, how about Joey McCauley doing some work from distance as well in this one. We'll get to him in just a second right here. But first, how about more of the big fella, Bailey Johnston. Wow, what a finish for him. Pretty stuff for that young man. And away we go. Here is the aforementioned Joey McCauley about to knock down the long jumper in this one. Knox County led by 10 points at this point, would lead by as many as 13, and then Scotland County would drop the hammer eventually. First, more from Kyle Strange right here as Knox County again up to 13 points in the lead. Here comes Bailey Johnson. Had 34 points in the day. He was unstoppable in the blocks. Couldn't keep him off the offensive glass. Couldn't stop him from scoring. 34 is a huge number. Caleb Dubit, huge number as well with those 16 and those threes today. And then the comeback is complete as Bailey Johnston hits the free throws down the stretch. Scotland County avenges that loss in the conference showdown last week. They take the district title, and they're off to play Canton coming up in what should be a dandy showdown in Macon coming up on Wednesday. That a 6 o'clock start time. Can't wait for that ball game as well. Also, North Shelby, very game effort today against a really good Community R6 team. In fact, the Raiders took a lead into the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, couldn't finish, but I tell you what, great job by the Raiders. Great finish to their season as they played very strongly. So nice effort, nothing to hang your heads about for the North Shelby Raiders. Also on the docket today, the Quincy Saints end up their Midwest Regional with a win today after that tough loss to the number 10 team in the country yesterday. Jordan Hickman leading the way in that ball game with 25 points on the day. I've got one more score to pass along for you as well, and plenty more from the girls' side coming up next when overtime continues.
All Road Communications.
And welcome back to Overtime, everybody. We opened this day with 5 Northeast Missouri girls teams still alive in the hunt for trips to Mizzou Arena. Unfortunately, 4 of them were paired up directly, meaning there would be attrition on this afternoon. Let's start with the Macon Tigerettes, who are looking to ride the residual momentum of their perfect run through the Clarence Cannon Conference into a season-saving win over conference rival Palmyra, who was playing on its home digs no less. This game had strange rhythm, strange cadence, or lack thereof early. Macon jumped out to the early lead in this one. It was 9 points at one point, thanks to Mackenzie Jemison Company, but nearly all of Macon's momentum dissipated quickly. Nicole Krager went nuts. She wheels Palmyra back into this one. Long 3 to start, then the wing 3 from Nicole. Gosh, she's a talented player. And then off the Kaylee Augsburg steal, the transition bucket for her as well, has Nicole Krager kind of takes over. She also created for teammates as well. Looking here on the backdoor lob for Megan Kime, who finishes strong as well. Macon was disjointed for most of the second quarter and down big at this point. The fast break, though, how about 2 to Katie Clapp, the exception in this run, as at the half it was still Palmyra 22-18. However, third quarter, Palmyra would extend to as many as 9. Miss Augsburg again. Boy, Kaylee with a nice catch. Oh, the contortion and the contribution at that point. Then Haley Wassman started knocking down jumpers right and left. And again, that lead, as I mentioned, grew to 9. But Macon would erupt back to life. Cassie Martin right here. This 3 was sort of the tipping point of the comeback on the day. Then Chili Britt doing Chili Britt type things. Big bank shot right here. Oh, and it's 33-29. Palmyra through 3. And then here comes more. Miss Martin with the steal. Great stuff from Cassie. Mackenzie Jemis is there to finish it. It was 33-31 P-Town at this point, 6:32 left in the game. Katie Clapp then with the 3 to give Macon back its first lead since the first quarter. Run out opportunity coming. Yeah, the kids from Macon all fired up. Chaylee Britt this time going to kick it out to Katie Clapp, who is really, really good finishing in transition. Kind of love the hustle, too, right there by that young lady, Chaylee Britt. Great stuff and great finish, as I mentioned right there by Katie Clapp. She got it done, her team leading. Palmyra would rally back. Off the Wassman missed 3 right here. Again, Megan Kime with sort of the tip in to get her team back. And then Nicole Krager with a couple of big shots to answer Macon shots in this one. First, the 3 of the newfangled variety, and then the attempt for the three-point play the traditional way as she got her team back within 44-43 as she goes to the line, but could not complete the three-point play with 2:36 left, and Macon would close out. And who else would you have closing? Because coffee is for closers. How about Chaylee Britt? She deserves a big cup of joe after this one. Great bank shot, and that, my friends, is your difference in the ball game as the Macon Tigerettes get it done and win in hostile climbs. By the way, that score is reversed. Macon 49, Palmyra 44. The Macon Tigerettes moving on. Up next for their efforts, a showdown with perennial power Sobuco, Southern Boone County. And that, my friends, takes place in Mexico Wednesday at 7:45. Should be a dandy showdown there as well. Knox County and Scotland girls doing it again, just like the fellas. A rematch thing. Scotland County won the conference title. Could Knox County get the upset this time? Low-scoring first 8 minutes in this ball game. Chelsea Berkshire right there doing work to Sophia Hawkinson. Good stuff from her. And then Knox would answer. Jessica Anderson, larceny, layup, and the and one at the other end. And Knox was off to a really good start, building some traction. Madison McCabe have a game. Right here, she comes up with the burglary and the buzzer beater. As I mentioned, low-scoring affair early. Scotland County, though, would answer after that. Knox with the early 1-point lead. Khalees Bear working from long range for the 3. Madison McCabe would answer her. Oh, look at her go right here. Beautiful take. She's not very big, but she can certainly stretch and find an open spot to knock down her jumper. Abby Feeney, though, had a huge day for Scotland County. Just indicative of the balance on this team. She knocks down a 3 there, and then Feeney is not done. How about some more of Miss Abby Feeney? It was her day today to really shine. Another triple to get her team right back on top of this one. However, here comes Knox County, re-seizing the lead. Madison McCabe, again, long-range jumper. Then Amy Goodhouse off the feed from Lauren Dale. She's absolutely taken apart by the foul, but she still finds the poise to score at that point. Then Lauren Dale answers as well. Knox County leading Scotland County. Do they have one more comeback in them? Can they keep the win streak alive? You betcha they could today. Again, Abby Feeney doing Abby Feeney work. She pulls into the lane and knocks down a jumper among the tall trees at that point. Abby all the time in this ball game. Comes free right there. Oh, you got to guard her. Then it's Khalees Bear looking for Randy Slaughter, who's going to knock down the jump shot. By the way, that's coming right here at the end of this defensive run. Khalees Bear running the break, dribbling behind the back sort of, and then finding Randy Slaughter wide open on the corner. And then Abby Feeney getting another jump shot to fall. Scotland County finds a way to grit this out in the fourth quarter. They made a lot of plays. Kind of the same story as the boys' game. Scotland County made more plays down the stretch than Knox did, and it's a Scotland sweep on the way to sectionals. Nice bucket right there by Chelsea Wood as well. She's a little fired up as the Scotland County Lady Tigers continue the win streak. They get the big win today, and they punch their ticket on into the sectional. You will see the celebration. You will see the trophy ceremony. Final count in this one, 45-39. That is a quality win for the Lady Tigers, who've been as impressive as anybody this season. Good for them. Nice season for Knox. Unfortunately, just kind of ran into a buzzsaw in that fourth quarter. On the other side of the bracket, it would either be Cairo or Paris waiting today. Talked all about the Paris Coyotes and their great season coming in yesterday. How about Betsy Embry in the corner? She knocks down the open three. Paris is only down 9 at this point. Unfortunately, Cairo way too strong in this game, extending what was a lead at that point. Cairo with all kinds of weapons. They will be the opponent for Scotland County coming up in the sectional. Final count in that one, 40-23. Paris's fine season comes to an end. However, you know what? We talked all about it. Fine season coming to an end, but what a year it has been for freshman Drew Lockhart. As our Will Wilson details, I think we're going to hear an awful lot about this girl for the next 3 years to come.
Seeds of Greatness brought to you by Burris Hybrids.
It's a freshman's first varsity game. They're nervous, hoping they don't cost their team. Paris's 9th grader Drew Lockhart no longer has to feel those early growing pains. She's one of the starting 5. Savvy beyond her years, Drew has been a reliable scorer in the paint for the Lady Coyotes.
It's really awesome. I had 2 older brothers that really pushed me whenever I was younger, so this has always been a goal for me to have a lot of playing time on varsity my freshman year. I didn't imagine starting, but that's a pretty cool perk. Getting tough boards is something Drew has been working tirelessly on. That also includes matching up one-on-one with the opposing team. We have a drill in practice that if you don't rebound very well, you have extra running. So that kind of pushes me a little bit, and also seeing Coach Thomas happy that we actually get the rebounds, that's really big. My man defense has improved a lot because whenever I was in junior high, we were really on the red zone. So man has kind of been a new thing for me. So having the older girls like come and help me, that's helped me out a lot. With only 2 seniors on the roster, this 20-win Paris team has a bright future ahead, and Drew is ready to be the leader. I'm very excited that I have 3 more years to play because I sort of play with my age group a little bit, but whenever we're seniors and like it's my class out there, it's really exciting to look forward to.
Great stuff from her. A couple of notes to pass along. First of all, great season for Calhoun, who played in the KHQA Subway Superfan Shootout, but they come up just short of their goal of winning a state championship. A lot of underclassmen there. They'll be just fine, losing today to Meweequa Central A&M. Good news for the Camp Point Central Youth Wrestlers today. Grade schoolers state take first place in their regional at Macomb. Some of their champions at 65 pounds, Zach Foote. Also today at 70 pounds, Connor Hughes. We also had Evan Myers at 90 pounds winning a championship. Also today, Chase Houston at 100 pounds. I'll tell you what, a lot of champions today. And Trevor Rutledge at the heavyweight division at 275. Also, congratulations to Matthew Dade of Quincy, who was a champion today. Chad Grimm of Beardstown, as well as Eduardo Munoz. I think we got all of them. If not, we'll post all of those guys later on the website. Congratulations. The future of wrestling in our area, very bright. Let's look at the college basketball scoreboard, if we can for you. John Wood today on a Peter Odia game-winning buzzer beater takes the conference crown today. 63-61 was your final for the Blazers. That's phenomenal stuff for Brad Hoyt's team. The women also end their season with a big-time win over Lincoln Land. Also, Western Illinois swept today, or actually 2 losses. The women end up losing on the road at South Dakota, 78-75. Coming up on Sunday, March 8th. It will be quarterfinal action as Western Illinois will be a 4 seed in the Summit League tournament. They will take on IUPUI, who is the 5 seed. Also, the men losing today to IPFW on the road, 64-84, your final there. More men's basketball to pass along. Culver Stockton with a big win on the women's side at home, behind 14 points from Randy Lee Plunkett. On the men's side, big win as well as Clay Crouch scores a career-best 20 points, including 6 3-pointers in that one. HLG loses a pair to Park today on the road. 57-63 on the men's side, and on the women's side, 73-57 your final. We'll have more overtime for you coming up after this.
10 $100 bills add up to
$1,000.
$500 multiplied by 2 equals
$1,000.
A equals $250 and
can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
So February is the shortest month on the calendar, but it has given us just 3 nominations for Con Communications, all of them outstanding. The latest, Logan Hilgenbrink last night to beat the halftime buzzer for Payson Seymour. Unfortunately for Payson, in an eventual loss to Grigsville Perry in the regional finals. But check out this shot. I can't even believe Hilgenbrink got it off, let alone put it anywhere near the net. Phenomenal buzzer beater, one of 3 unbelievable nominees you can start voting for on Monday. They also include Hannibal's Colby Collings with his leg cradle in the district, which was unbelievable, and Blake Hellwig from Holy Trinity with a sweet behind-the-back pass for his squad as well. 3 unbelievable nominees. Cast your vote on Monday. Just simply by voting, you have a chance to win a prize package from Con Communications. A couple of baseball scores to pass along for you from the college variety today. Quincy University with a split at St. Joseph's. The win came in the second game, 5-4 on the day. And also the Culver Stockton baseball team losing to Freed Hardeman 6-5 in the first game, 8-0 in the second. We'll have more overtime for you coming up after this.
The simple things in life, all the little moments that together add up to something spectacular. Slumberland, it's a good life.
KHQA, Continental Cement, Green America Recycling, Titan International, and Dean Lemkin Honda gave $1,000 to Shannon Rosenkrantz of Hannibal High School, our latest One Class at a Time recipient. Teachers and administrators fill out the One Class at a Time application at KHQA.com for your chance to win money for your classroom.
One Class at a Time started with an idea of helping teachers with grants buy things they felt would benefit children in our community the most, items not budgeted otherwise. So with the help of our local sponsors, Continental Cement, Green America, and Titan International, One Class at a Time was launched in 2013. Dean Lemkin Honda Hyundai joined in 2014, and since the launch, these sponsors have helped teachers buy books, musical instruments, items to garden and study nature, and so much more. This program would not be possible without these caring and generous sponsors, and KHQA thanks you and wants you to know the grants given have gone and will go a long way to bettering the educational experiences of many students right here in the Tri-States.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know. Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Every year, it's my privilege to cover the best and brightest of high school athletes. Help me recognize the area seniors who excel both on and off the field with our KHQA Student Athlete of the Week program each Wednesday on our News at 6. For application or more information, you can log on to connecttristates.com. KHQA Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Celtec, Subway, and Peters Heating and Air Conditioning.
Student Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Celtec. Talk Tech, Surf Safe. Better check Celtec today, your cellular repair headquarters.
Hey, Tri-States, for tips and tricks for a healthier lifestyle, watch the Dr. Oz Show weekdays at 9 a.m. only on KHQA CBS.
And coming up tomorrow, Will Wilson has QU men's and women's basketball for you, plus a great story, a special story on the secret weapon behind the success of John Wood men's and women's basketball. All of that right here. But for now, enjoy the wrestling, everybody.
Watch the Dr. Oz Show weekdays at 9 a.m.